So today is cruise day, and I will be sailing on board the Carnival Pride cruise ship. Now this ship was built in the year 2001, holds just over 2,100 passengers, and cost $375 million to build. Of course, once we get on board, I'll give you all the details that you may be curious about, like the pricing, the itinerary, or the schedule for the cruise, and of course, I'll show you my room. For the first order of business, I do have to drop off my bag and go through the checking process over in the terminal before I board. By the way, super random, but for the first time ever on a Carnival cruise, I was actually responsible. I printed out my boarding pass as well as my bag tag. That way I don't have to deal with any inconveniences and I can somewhat expedite the boarding process. Just checked in the bag, no line for security, straight on through. So I've officially been given the green light to board the Carnival Pride. They just need to check my boarding pass one more time, and if I want to, I can also take a picture right over here behind me. This is always the most exciting part, going through the bridge to finally board the Carnival Pride. And we are officially on board the Carnival Pride. We have the main atrium. We'll get a better look at it later, but it is beautiful. Now this ship is known as a Spirit class cruise ship. The only other Spirit class that I've been on was the Carnival Luminosa. However, it's a little bit different as that cruise ship was originally with an Italian line known as Costa, so it's a little bit different. Now I am going to be a responsible adult here and check into my muster station or safety station before I do anything, which is going to be over at Station A. Muster Station A is over in the forward or front part of the ship. So in the meantime, we'll take a look around. Looks like this is the shopping district over here. You have all of the memorabilia over here. You have the Effie store. This is where you'll see all the jewelry and colognes and perfumes and smell good. Of course, this is a cruise, so they do have a liquor store here, duty free, of course, as well as a candy store. How you doing? Just checking in.
Yep. Alrighty.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Right outside. Now we're gonna go ahead and quickly pass through the casino. As most of you know, I don't gamble, house always wins, but it is a pretty decent sized casino. I mean, it's like that with all Carnival ships. This is different. On the Carnival Luminosa, Bonsai is just like a little small section on board. It's nice to see that they actually have a full-fledged restaurant for sushi. Give you guys a better look of the atrium. Beautiful. We're currently on deck 3. My room is up on deck 7. So let's go check it out. And we are forward. And here we are. One interior cabin on board the Carnival Pride. I'll give you guys a brisk tour here. Here's the bed. I always say that Carnival has surprisingly some pretty comfortable beds. Over here you have the desk. You have a refrigerator, not a mini bar here on board this ship. If I can get it open, there we go. You have a desk here, you have a TV here. Keep in mind the ship was built in 2001, so it is a little seasoned. However, I believe it did get a refurbishment in around 2013. So it is pretty spacious overall, not too bad. And well, this is definitely a very functional accommodation. Now, to be honest with you, I don't want to stay in this room, and I don't mean it in a bougie way. It's just when it comes to the interior cabins, it does throw off your sleep schedule at times because there is no natural light getting in. You can't tell what freaking day it is. So I did try to talk to Carnival, and apparently and allegedly this ship is fully booked, which I don't really believe. So I took the back end. I met some subscribers that are here on board this ship for the next year, and we made a deal. I told them I would give them $500 for their balcony cabin, and well, they accepted. So the price I paid for this cabin as well as the entire cruise came out to just over $3,000. This does include the port taxes and fees as well as $500 of onboard credit. However, that was before this 9-day sailing that was initially planned turned into a 6-day sailing after this ship had some propulsion issues. So cutting it down to a 6-day sailing as compensation, Carnival gave me an additional $500 on board as well as a 3-day refund and 3 days of unlimited drinks, a Wi-Fi package, and all the tips or gratuities waived as well. There it is, 500 smackaroos. And there is guest services. I should have my new room momentarily. You gotta do this look like a drug deal, like a drug deal. Lord. I'm a man of my word. And just like that, here is my new room. So this one is an extended balcony. And well, I'm happy. This was done legitimately, so this is officially my room, free and clear. I went down to guest services, they got the name changed. I met the room steward, very, very nice lady. Okay, sorry for the delay. Now we can finally do some exploring. Show you guys the map here. I think we're gonna go ahead and go all the way to the top. Start on deck 9, see what we're working with. Not a bad gym. It's 2 decks as well. Now I have been picking up some weight from all this pizza I've eaten on these ships. Definitely gonna come in here every morning. Let's make our way outside, see what's going on the Lido deck. Hey look, it's the Spirit of Discovery cruise ship by Sega Cruises. Hey! Now if I remember correctly, I did talk about this cruise line once during the pandemic. I think it's 50 and above. I think the sail away party's starting to happen, so I'm gonna go ahead and get a drink and see what kind of shindig and tail feather shaking they're gonna be doing inside.
Single day, morning, noon, and night. They're my team. If you want to have some fun, make sure you meet the Fun Squad. We're going to be giving away some freebies. We're going to tell you what not to miss out on for the week. And we even have a great performance brought to you by our playlist cast, our singers and dancers. Again, one show tonight for all guests, kicking off at 9:30 down to the theater.
So it's not too crazy out there just yet for the sail away party, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab some food. Now they do have Guy's Burgers back over there, one of my favorite burger spots, especially for Carnival. Absolutely delicious, and for it being free, not a bad deal. But I do want to see if they have either Pizza Pirate or the Seafood Shack on board. The buffet is closed right now. However, the selection doesn't look too bad. Carnival usually has decent food, just not a huge collection over at the buffet. But one thing I am worried about is, of course, Pizza Pirate, my favorite. Since the Pizza Pirate is closed, I did have to settle for Guy's Burgers. However, I'm not complaining at all. And just like that, we're out. See you in 6 days, Dover. Not bad at all. I always love the Serenity areas. Well, obviously because there's no kids. Closest thing the Virgins you're gonna get on a Carnival cruise. But still, not bad at all. Over here on the top deck, we have, looks like 2 slides. There's a regular slide, and then I love these slides, these little drop slides. They're a little scary. I do wonder when this ship got renovated, because something like that, you really only see them on the newer ships like the Mardi Gras and the Celebration. Unfortunately, because of the weather, I will not be going on the slides. It's not the greatest weather. It's not super cold, but it's about 60s. But as you can see, overcast, gloomy, rainy weather. And I believe it's going to be like this for the entire cruise. Of course, we have the iconic whale tail funnel by Carnival. And also on this ship, you can see all the way down to the dining area. Pretty cool. Also here on this top deck, if you look around, there isn't a whole lot going on. If we were in a warmer climate, plenty of lounging area. However, we're going to go over there in a minute. It looks like in the front or forward part of the ship, there's some mini golf and a basketball court. This roof here is for the Lido deck. You saw the other side of it from the bottom earlier. It is retractable. It can go in whenever there is great weather. That way, if anybody wants to get their suntan on while they also hang out by the Lido deck, well, they can do so. Right here, we do have the mini golf course, and they do have it on both sides of the ship. And over there as well, we have a basketball court. I came back downstairs to deck 2 to check out the rest of the ship. Here we have the Red Frog Pub, very common on Carnival ships, also very popular. The Heroes Tribute Lounge right next to the Red Frog Pub, but, oh, I thought it was closed. It's not, nope, right connected to the Red Frog Pub. Walk in, and this is where you'll also watch all your sporting events as well. Very nice bar. Also, of course, they obviously are paying tribute to the U.S. military. Thank you for your service. Also on deck 2, they do have one of my favorite bars, the Alchemy Bar. Of course, we have to check out the nightclub. I was curious to see where I was going to be shaking a tail feather. So this is the Beauties Club. Not very large, but I would argue this is the perfect size. Whew, talk about a rushed, hectic day. So unfortunately, I got caught up with a bunch of cruise news on my other channel, and now we are into evening hours. However, we are running a little late. We're gonna go watch the comedy show here on board, and then I'll go back and change and iron all of my good stuff for the nightly festivities. We need to go down to deck 1, to the Butterfly Lounge Club, something like that. Here we are, looks like we are right on time.
For those of you who were there, let's do the sound effect and the air fist bump again to confuse everybody else. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, everyone else is like, what is going on? But again, this is our adult comedy show. You ready for the adult stuff, right? Yeah.
You're easily offended. If this offends you, I'm sorry, Felicia, bye. The next comedian, he's one of the Carnival's favorite, and he's the master of improvisation. So please put your hands together, welcome to the stage, it's Manny Oliveira!
Hey, shut that shit off.
That show was absolutely amazing. I wish I could have recorded, but obviously he's an artist. You don't want to give out his artwork and material and all that jazz. He reminded me of like a George Carlin. He had the look. May George Carlin rest in peace. He had the look, but he also had like the very blunt comedy. Now given, this man here didn't talk about social issues, which I don't mind. George Carlin was a visionary. He got it. But man, he's performing again tomorrow, and I will definitely check out the show. By the way, sorry, I should have mentioned the comedian's name. His name is Manny Oliveira. If he's ever on board your ship, check him out. Get in here, shower, and change for the nightly events. Oh my goodness. Carnival? What in the carnival is this? Now, I don't really drink Coors Light, but hey, I'll take the fruit. Give me one of these grapes here. So I'm officially showered and bright and shiny and new. Let's go check out the nightly festivities. We are currently coming up on midnight, so I don't think there's gonna be too much going on, but we'll see what's happening. What is this, a nori bar? Not bad. Oh, this is just a piano bar. Not bad, not bad. Usually the other ones are a little bit more colorful, but still, cool venue. Looks like the atrium is dead. It is midnight, so understandable. It looks like the only thing that's open is the nightclub in the back or after the ship on deck 2. Looks like the casino is somewhat busy. I hope everybody's making lots of money. I'm surprised, even the alchemy bar is closed. Normally on the other, at least the newer ships, it stays open until, if I remember correctly, like 1 o'clock. Well, that was interesting. Not exactly a big crowd, but not a bad first day here on board the Carnival Pride. But we are going to wrap it up here. I'm going back to my room. I'm tired. Of course, let me know your thoughts on the Carnival Pride in the comment section below. Hit that like button on your way out. Subscribe if you haven't already. And know, as usual, I love and appreciate every single one of you. I'll see you later. Take it easy.